How's it going, everyone? Ertsi here. Today I'm bringing you a little special something for you and for DICE. A commentary on the Battlefield 3 Premium Video 1 Close Quarters Playing Tips. And because it's a special thingy here, I thought I could bring a little extra help with me, and so as a special guest, I have NovaxDragon here with me.
Hey everybody, how's it going? I just have to say it's a pleasure to be commentating with ertsi. He's one of my newest Battlefield friends, and I think we're going to have a fun time with this video.
Yeah, the pleasure is all mine, so thank you so much for joining me here. Let's get to the video then. I'm actually looking a little bit forward to it with a little bit of curiosity because well, we all know what kind of stuff DICE usually does, and I'm actually quite anxious about it. So how do you feel? What do you think?
Well, I have to say when I bought Premium, I wasn't necessarily buying it because of the videos that, were promised. But at the same point, it's a pretty cool thing that they're going to give us some videos, some tips here and there, maybe some behind the scenes footage, stuff like that. So I have to say it's exciting. Not necessary though. I hope you guys brought your popcorn today, because it's movie time.
Let's go to the video then.
Hey, my name is Björn Jonsson. I'm a senior producer here at DICE. I'm also heading up the operations team who works on all the different post-launch content for our games. We are really excited about Battlefield 3 Premium. Not only will you get early access to our upcoming expansion packs, you will also get access to more advanced online features, unique in-game content, as well as taking part in exclusive events that we will run throughout this program. And with these exclusive videos, we'd like to give you a more of an inside look at what Premium is all about.
Okay, cool. Inside look about the Premium. Actually, I saw this video first, like yesterday, the first time, and the Premium has been out like what, like months now, and we all have actually seen what the Premium and the Close Quarters is what is all about.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting because this so far seems like a video that is intended for a general audience, but it's only Premium subscribers who get to watch this video.
I'm Niklas Vigdeus. I'm the lead designer for the DICE operations team, and I'm currently in charge of designing the X-Packs for Battlefield 3. I started at DICE in 2004 as an animator doing weapon animations for BF3, and since then I've moved on to design. The idea behind Close Quarters is to capitalize on what the Battlefield universe is. In 1 second you can be an infantryman running through a house, and in the next second you can be a pilot soaring through the skies in a jet fighter. So it has all these very exciting elements, and what we want to do with Close Quarters is to really capitalize on the infantry-focused, tight combat environment. Now with maps that really cater to it. In order to enhance that, we've also introduced what we call HD destruction.
Whoa. Hold the phone. HD destruction. Pretty awesome idea. And I'm pretty sure he said that even the rifle, like your standard assault rifle, takes down walls, shoots through walls and barricades, things like that. And he said it makes you into a destruction machine. Now, I'm not calling him a liar, because certainly your gun can shoot through walls. It can, cause a lot of destruction. But does it really make you into a destruction machine? Ertsi, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I gotta see what he actually means by that, but it sounds it sounds like they when you get your rifle at your hand, you become Terminator or Arnold Schwarzenegger or something. I don't know. We'll just have to see, but it sounds a little awkward or weird.
Which basically means that you can use only your rifle. I mean, normally you would have to use like tank shells and bazookas in order to bring down, these big stone walls. But now it's like plaster, wooden panels, furniture. So you will be like a destruction machine, even only with your carbine machine. It makes everything very vivid and very kind of in your face. In Battlefield 3 Close Quarters, you get 4 new maps, all focused on the indoor battlefield and the close quarters experience. You also get 10 new assignments, which will allow you to unlock 10 new weapons.
Oh, cool. 10 new assignments. Yeah. I think the grenade spamming and M320ing, I think it's not a good thing to encourage people to do that, because they I think it's not the right way to play the game. What do you think about this?
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about the EOD bot assignment and how it's really hard to get a kill. But I understand it, I mean, the EOD bot is hard to control in my opinion, but it's not that difficult if that's what you're focusing on. But if that's what you're focusing on, you're not helping your team at all. In fact, most likely you're going to lose the game, because you're basically playing a man down until you get that kill. So you're just you're not playing smart when you're playing to beat assignments.
I totally agree on that, and the Battlefield is about the team play, and for me it's about winning. I don't like to lose.
It's all about the W.
And finally, you get 2 new game modes, Conquest Domination and Gunmaster. Conquest Domination is the close quarters take on Conquest. You basically have less amount of flags with much quicker cap time. So flags tend to change owners very quickly, but also you have no safe spawns, you don't have any home bases. So it's really, really important that you keep control of these key areas. And I think squad play is the key factor in achieving victory in Conquest Domination, because it's really important to really maintain control of these areas, because you have no other safe zone, you just need to do that.
Okay, he talks about team playing and stuff. I think it's kind of absurd, because this close quarters DLC, this is actually, at least in my opinion, it's just a Call of Duty mode for Battlefield 3, and Call of Duty is not about teamwork. But yeah, I agree and disagree with him, because you can do very well with the proper squad, but the squad, I think the squad has to have been playing like long time together to be effective in the close quarters. And whenever I play close quarters, I find it quite easy to play alone, just engage Rambo mode and just go with the flow and just ignore the teammates. What do you think about this?
You know, I agree 100%. Right when Close Quarters came out, I, kept trying to spawn on my squad mates, try to help them out when they got in sticky situations. But as soon as I spawn on them, I've got a bullet to the head. So I started doing the random spawning. The guy in the video talks about how spawning on your team keeps you safe, and it puts you into safe zones. Well, I completely disagree. I think spawning on your team is one of the worst ideas, unless if you have a really good team going for you, which I have to say is a little lacking in the random games.
Yeah, totally agreed. And with the random people, you can't actually know it if the guy seems to be safe, but when you spawn in, there might be a guy coming just around the corner. So you can't really tell if you don't have a proper comms and a good squad.
And then we have Gunmaster, which is a really action-packed jump-in-and-play mode, which is actually a race, where you start out with a pistol. And then, as you get kills with that pistol, you advance to the next tier of weapons. In order to win the mode, you need to go through the powerful weapons and ultimately win by getting a knife kill in the end. If you do that before everyone else, you win the race, you win the mode, and it's all smiling faces.
All smiling faces or one smiling?
It's actually true. There's only one smiling face, and then there's like 15 frowns. But it's all smiling faces. It's a fun mode. Ziba Tower is our smallest and most action-packed map. It's essentially a skybar on top of a skyscraper. It's based around the classic kind of horseshoe-shaped design that many Battlefield players know from Wake Island, but now in this condensed form, you can use that middle space to really flank the enemy, which is really exciting, especially since you have the 2-floor setup as well, so you can actually use the staircases to come up behind people who are guarding like the top floor. And we have some good sniping spots there. For example, you can have a good defensive position on top of the swimming pool area. That's a pro tip right there.
Pro tip? You might as well call a pro tip aiming down the sights and pulling the trigger, because you're basically just standing on top of glass shooting down into a flag room. The pro tip is camping, which anyone who's played Battlefield knows that as soon as you start camping, people really don't like it.
Yeah, totally agreed. And I'm really going to use that one, because I think that's a real pro tip when you are actually standing on the glass and you just blow the glass below you and you just fall down.
Yeah, well, maybe you wanted to swim.
It also has a lot of corridors and rooms with very, very thin walls. So what you can do is open up flanking routes by just actually shooting big holes in the walls. So you really need to find your spots if you're trying to play defensively. And if you're on the offense, you need to move very quickly, because it's a small map, it's a lot of circulation, and a lot of action, so movement is key.
Okay, that sounds cool. I mean the part where you can just shoot down the walls and make a flanking routes. I'd actually love if that was possible, but it's not. You can shoot through the walls and blow the walls off, but you can't really make a new flanking routes there. And actually we tried with Nova that you can shoot through a wall, but just next to the hole where is the same, just the same material as what you just blow off. You can actually shoot through it. Do you have opinion on this?
Yeah, I wouldn't really call them flanking routes, because in order for it to be a route, you have to be able to go through it.
Exactly.
I certainly appreciate that you can shoot through walls, and I probably appreciate it as much as I hate it when it happens to me, just because I'm running down a hallway. I don't think to check, oh, is there going to be a guy shooting through the wall at me? But it would be cool if we could actually then jump through that wall.
Donya Fortress is the most varied map. It's built upon this old fort based on a hilltop, so it has this really old stone, catacombish fundamental base. And then they have tried to build this nice, posh, luxurious palace on top of it with lots of art and, nice furniture and things. And now, war has come, so it's partly destroyed, and you have all these big holes and openings that allow for, flanking and going between floors and so on. Gameplay-wise, it has lots of stairs that lead to either flag positions or to the other floor, of course, and also to certain sniping spots that you can have overview of the courtyard or big corridors. So I think the best tactic to employ on Donya Fortress is to use really proper squad play in order to defend the key locations, like the big entrance room, cellar. They have all kinds of entrances, so protecting them needs more people, so a good squad will really be able to lock one of those down, and that's what's going to achieve victory.
Alright, so let me get this straight. The next tip to Battlefield Premium members is to use squad play. I'm pretty sure that we already got that one at least twice before in this video. He also mentioned using the hole in the floor to flank and to cover the stairs with your squad. I do have to say, though, that stairs thing is crucial because pretty much all of the action happens on or around the stairs, most of those being near C and going into B in the tunnel in Conquest Domination.
I totally agree on that. The stairs are around the C, the stairs and the upper level. It's just a clusterfuck usually with like 32 players. He mentioned about something about the proper squad play. Okay, it's as you mentioned, it's like second or third time we have that. So I think we have that in our backbone now.
Yeah, I think we understand that squad play is important to Battlefield 3.
Yeah, totally. And as I said before, the squad play is the key. Yeah, but you need a good squad to pull that off with more than 16 player servers, because the phase is just so hectic. You don't really have the time half-ass call out.
Operation 9 to 5 is our biggest and most destructible map, I would say. It is essentially an office with the cubicles and the desks and the cafeteria and the bathrooms, and they're all not very sturdy. So there's lots and lots of destruction. You will see someone on the other edge of the office, and he's partly covered by, the cubicles and the furniture, but you will just shoot through that and start putting, downrange fire on it. So it's still close quarters, but it features the longest ranges in the expansion pack, and it makes it really interesting. And I think on Operation 9 to 5 you see the most kind of varied weaponry being used. And also, it has a garage that goes kind of underneath the whole complex where, the former employees had all their cars. So you can use the garage as a traveling hub, if you will. You can go up that fire escape or through that staircase and end up on the other side of the map. So you really need to mind those extra exits when you play Operation 95.
So, ertsi, did you have anything you wanted to say about Operation 925?
No, not really. But I think you have something to say.
Well, I think it's pretty cool about how DICE gave Operation 925 a little bit of backstory, because he said in the video that the garage is full of the cars of the people who used to work in that building. So it gives you a reason to fight.
Yeah, of course you want to fight for the ex-employees.
Or you want to blow up their cars.
Yeah, that's the second. Yeah, whatever.
All right, let's get back to the video.
Scrapmetal is the most vertical map. It is an old factory. Parts of it actually so old that it's not being used anymore. It has a kind of a two-fort design where you have one big area, which is actually like a worn-down part of the factory, and then you have the still kind of functional area on the other side. And the thing is, those two sides are connected only through pretty narrow passages. So keeping those under control is really, really key. In order to protect those entrances, you need to control those while staying in control of your rooftop, because that's another entrance point, and that's very open and long range, so you're going to see a lot of snipers.
Yeah, I totally agree with him about controlling the upper points, but as you see in the video, if you are going to camp there, that's exactly what is going to happen to you. You just get stabbed, because the rooftops are also high traffic points.
And I'm kind of surprised he didn't mention the squad play again, because it's on the rooftops that a squad is actually useful on this map. Because, you can have two people overwatching on the other roof, one person guarding the stairs to the right, one person guarding the stairs and the ramp to the left, respective of where you are, obviously. It's on the roof that you can actually be a squad.
Yeah, that's actually, I totally agree on that, and I'm actually a little disappointed when he didn't mention the squad play.
We're just so used to it by now. Where was the squad play?
Come on, we need the squad play.
Covering those rooftops. And also, since it's an old factory, it's made out of mostly concrete and metal, so you won't have the same abilities to, tear down walls and create flanking routes. So positioning, I think, is the absolute key to winning on Scrap.
I do like that he says that you don't have the same ability to tear down walls because the factory is made out of steel and concrete.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people were confused as to how this really fit into the HD destruction of Battlefield.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point. Well, there is HD destruction. You can blow off windows. There's some those wooden walls you can blow off, and the concrete also gets blown off, but not only partially. So you can't really fully demolish anyone's cover.
It's very exciting when you have control of one side and you're trying to figure out how to assault the enemy on the other side. And I think that's a very exciting proposition that comes with Scrapmetal.
Okay, now we have watched this awesome pro tip video. We actually thought about few things we would like to see in the future. So it's like tips for DICE and tips for the Battlefield 3 community. First tip, pro tip for the DICE. We would like to actually see more game modes, not just Conquest Domination and Team Deathmatch. The Team Deathmatch is actually quite a clusterfuck. If you haven't tried it, go ahead with like 64 players. It's awesome. Maybe a little squad rush when the guy just talks so much about the squad work. Okay, why won't we have squad rush, for example? Nova, do you have a point here for DICE?
Yes, I do. The second point we'd like to make is specifically with the Gunmaster mode. Already, it sort of feels a little stale. Yeah, the gun leveling up works, but we would like to see maybe a different set of guns thrown in there every once in a while. Even if there's, 4 presets that each match randomly selects one of those presets, it'll add a little bit of suspense at the beginning. When you upgrade your first gun, we all know what we're going to get. But if we had a new preset, we'd be surprised. And I think it would also be nice to see maybe an option where we can choose whether or not we want to use the red dot or any scope for that matter. Because for some of the guns, I much prefer the iron sights, especially once we get into the LSAT. That sight is just ridiculous.
Yeah, it is, and I think the big scopes just block your view when you are not actually aiming down the sights.
Especially in the close quarters maps. Don't give us an ACOG scope for, walking around corners. That's not smart.
Yeah, totally not.
All right, and now we're going to turn our focus to the Battlefield 3 community. I know you guys, there's been a lot of posts and videos about how close quarters has just kind of gone crazy. Some people are really bored of it. Some people hated it from the start. Me personally, I almost think it's made my playing worse. I'm turning into more of a frantic shooter, and frankly, I don't like that. I like taking my time. I like making sure that there's no one gonna knife me from behind. So our first tip to the Battlefield players is, if you're tired of the same old, switch it up. I suggest you use more strategy or switch up your tactics a little bit. If you're playing with squad mates, that's great. Maybe pretend that Conquest Domination is a squad rush game and you guys have to work from point A to point C, then back to A. It might be a little fun to test new things every now and then.
Like, try applying a little more tactic and just not act like a chicken with your head cut off. Also, the other thing for the Battlefield 3 community, try something else if you get bored. Switch guns. I just see everyone running with high fire rate weapons or shotguns. If you get bored, change your setup. If you always run as assault, try for the support. If you always use the shotgun, try the submachine guns. So switch guns, switch classes, or you can try something new. And I think Nova has a nice proposal for the new thing you could actually try out.
Well, I'm sure that some of you have heard about the newest craze to hit Battlefield 3. It's called the Litterbug Challenge, and it it reinvents the game, so to speak. The whole premise is that once you get a kill with your primary weapon, you have to pick up the kit of the person that you just killed and then proceed to get a kill with their primary weapon, and so on and so forth. Now, close quarters adds a little bit of a spin to this because it's a lot easier to pick up their weapons because they're closer. You see where they fall. However, it takes quite a while to pick up their weapon. So you're not ready to shoot the next guy coming around the corner. So I think it takes some extra planning, but it certainly adds a little bit of excitement into the game if you guys are bored.
Yeah, totally. And on the Littlebug challenge, your sidearm is actually going to be on the major part. When you just kill somebody with your primary, you just have to defend yourself before picking up the other kit. So you have to rely on your sidearm quite often.
And if you guys want to see the original video about the Litterbug Challenge, there will be a link below in the description. You guys should check it out. It's a good video to watch. Also, it's fun. You can post your score in our comments below and see, we'll see if it gets the best score.
Like it says, a Littlebug challenge. So the original video, I think it's on Mr. Tehpapi's channel, so go check it out.
So guys, you made it to the end of our video. We realized it was a little long just because we had to throw in the whole video from DICE on top of our comments just so that you guys would know what we were talking about and when we were talking about it. So we thank you for watching the whole video. If you liked what we had to say, hit like. If not, I recommend you also hit like, just because we'll like you more. You can also subscribe to ertsi up in the top. You can click on my channel. It should be a link down in the description as well. You can subscribe to me. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. I want to thank ertsi for again having me on his video and his channel. And thanks.
I just want to say a big thanks to NovaxDragon for joining me for this commentary. I think I couldn't do even a half good just by myself. And as Nova said, hit like, even if you didn't like, because it really helps us out. If you like to see some more content from me or NovaxDragon, Nova has actually a very neat channel. You totally should check it out. And,
a neat channel with 3 videos.
Yeah, but it is neat, and just listen to his voice. I definitely I would just subscribe only for that voice. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.
As always, this is NovaxDragon signing out. I'll see you guys later.